morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading for Tuesday the 30th. Oh my goodness, last day of June, and remember the camera's there. It's the last day of June, wow. Okay, so this last probably 6 months has flown, but the last 12 months have been ridiculously quick. So it's so much has happened in the 12 months. I think it's just been for everybody. Okay, so thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Interesting, 8 of Cups. Somebody's walking away from something. Thank you for your support, for personal readings, your donations, and all the other beautiful things you do for me. I'm lucky enough that at times I get to talk to you too, which is really cool, through the daily diary. I've started up the G's Club, so if you're interested in joining us on there on a Saturday morning Australian time, that is now up and running, and we start this Saturday. So it's going to be conversations that the people who come on there want to talk about, so we're going to have some good, strong discussion on there. Okay, now, if you would like to join me for classes in July or August, all the instructions are below in the box. They're all done via Zoom. Someone's walking away from a third-party situation. They're all done via Zoom, so you can do them anywhere in the world, but you have to make sure the time zones are okay. For some people in the States, the time I'm doing them at 3 p.m. Australian time may not suit you, but I know that that's better for people over the other side of the world. And the ones in August, I've put 9 a.m. Australian time, which means hopefully that a lot more of you can join me. I have people asking all the time and saying, you know, because of the time zones. So please let me know if you're interested in attending some of those groups. Julys are only about half full at the moment, so plenty of space. And I've actually changed a couple of the classes for August, so please check them out too, so that other people can come into those too. Personal readings, all the information is below. And, oh, someone's making an offer after making a decision here. I don't know who I'm talking to here, but there's a little story unfolding as we sit here. Personal readings below. Donations can be made via the main page of the Aussie Goddess page. There's a donation button up on my picture now. I think that's everything. All right, let's get into this reading. We've already got a lot of insight onto what's going on today, so this will be good. Using the Connolly Tarot. Oh, I knew there was something else. I knew that you'd ask me something else. Somebody asked me about my screen here. I've had it for a really long time. I'm a bit of a butterfly freak, so I've had it for quite a long time, but I bought it online, and it is absolutely stunning, and I love it. And it makes a really good backdrop rather than seeing like all the normal stuff I have behind me, like a doorway, which is pretty ordinary. All right, let's get on with your reading. Somebody did make a comment yesterday about my chuckles. I chuckle a lot. Okay, so we do have the card of the Lovers coming up. So there's definitely something happening with a relationship here. Now we've seen all the other cards jumping. The Lovers card, it sort of talks about a relationship that's sort of made in heaven, as it were, being brought together by the divine. So two people who are meant to be together. The thing is with this card, it always talks about choice as well, which is the original meaning. So it always comes into me that I need to sort of say that this may be a choice between two people that's going on here. And it seems to be very much something that's going on in the universe at the moment. For a lot of people who are in relationships, maybe in relationships that are not healthy, so the universe is sort of helping them to move away from unhealthy situations. And for some unknown reason, a lot of the soulmate, twin flame, whatever you like, unions are reliant on someone making a decision about themselves. And this is what has to be really taken into consideration here, because this is about us making our own decision to move away from something and following our heart. I guess what the spirit is looking at is the fact that People get into situations, quite possibly with people who are abusive or narcissistic or don't have their best interests at heart. And getting away from those situations takes a great deal of strength. And Spirit is getting us to test our personal strengths with our hearts. So not staying because it's the right thing to do, not staying out of obligation, those sort of things, but rather following what we want. And this is happening a lot, not just with relationships. It's happening a lot because we are being asked to understand who we truly are and not follow what other people have told us to be. So there's definitely some sort of choice coming out here, but I feel like I know it's sort of coming up a lot, but it seems to be a really big theme at the moment about people choosing what they really want. Okay, well, there you go, because it's in your destiny, because there needs to be some sort of healing or understanding that there is a bigger purpose than just being in a relationship, understanding that you have a greater purpose on the earth, especially if you identify as being a star seed or being here to do, something for the greater humanity. If you have those beliefs, you will understand here what I'm saying. There is a draw here for you to follow what is right for you in your own heart, what you know is right for you. So there's definitely a destiny here. Now, I have to say that's absolutely beautiful, being followed up by the wish card. So for some people here, some people are bringing in what they rightfully deserve, what they want in their lives. So they're following their hearts here because they have the wish card coming through. Something is changing quite rapidly here too with the 8 of Wands. So I think for some people there's this sort of realization of this greater purpose, of these greater relationships that are bringing people together to do the work for the universe, to raise the vibration of the universe, because of the fact that this relationship is something that the two people can do more if they're in union with one another. Now, I heard someone say the other day about, somebody not coming in to complete you. This person is not coming in to complete you. However, their role is to do healing with you. So very often you've both had your own healing and you both are being brought into union to heal what needs to be healed further. So for a lot of people in soulmate relationships, there's this very strong, we both have the Lovers and the Two of Cups coming through here. So it could be that you identify with having a twin flame relationship or a soulmate relationship, but whatever it is, someone here is getting an opportunity to move forward now, especially with this wish coming true. So love reading this morning, guys. Now, for some people, this may mean coming out of another relationship or another situation, but for others of you, this may be a brand new offer to you, but it just means that the other person may be coming, or you may have moved out of a relationship. So everybody's getting shifted around. I honestly have a lot of people I speak to in this situation. So we're not talking about a few people here. We're talking about quite a lot of people who've realised that they're in relationships that are, negative or abusive, narcissistic, they're empaths, lots of people. So there's a big shift coming, but it has to happen for the universe to raise its vibration. And I think at the moment with people being in lockdown, there seems to be a lot more people understanding that they're not in a happy place and they want to be happy, and that is what Spirit wants from you. They want you to choose yourself. They want you to go after what you want, and they want you to be happy. So that's what we're here for, the whole love thing. So here we have an offer being made. Now the thing is with this offer at the moment, this guy's quite clearly pointing to the other 3 in this card. So all of the cards are slightly different. It just depends which one, you get sort of led to pick up on the day. But this guy's pretty much saying, look, I've got 3 of those. It looks exactly the same. I'm not really sure I want another one. And I feel like for some of you, something is going to be offered to you, but it looks too much like what you've seen before. So you may be reluctant to grab this opportunity, but we'll see. And I'm really chuffed that you're all liking this new setup. Everybody keeps giving me beautiful comments on it. So I'm really glad that you're liking this. I did have one person say they couldn't hear me, but unfortunately I've hundreds who've not said anything. So I'm not really sure now why you can't hear. I am using different equipment. Perhaps now, if you're not hearing me properly, it's probably time to either turn your volume up louder or wear a headset. I can do no more. Okay, so we have you refusing some sort of offer here. There's this feeling here that you've walked away from something that perhaps hasn't served you here. There's sort of this very strong feeling that perhaps you've been in a situation that you've walked away from, and therefore you're sort of reluctant to take on something new here. And I feel like you're still healing, basically. So it may take a little time for you to get on top of things. You're building your own stability here. So if you've walked away from a situation, or you're not in a situation at the moment, the universe is trying to offer you something new. Now, this may come in the future, but at the moment, it looks as though you're spending your time working on yourself, making sure that you have everything you need. There's a focus on your material wealth here. So maybe you're feeling that you need to build your material sources up in order to accept this offer. So whoever I'm speaking to here, Temperance card coming out here. Sometimes I put them down on the table and I forget to show you. So this was the whole idea of having them sitting like this. So whoever this is that I'm speaking to who's made the choice to leave a relationship, and if you're dealing with someone that's made a choice to leave a relationship, the message here is that someone now is not going to make a move on something new. They're busy putting their time and effort into building their finances up, building their material resources up, bringing the balance back in. So the focus is self at the moment. So if you're not in a relationship, or you've been waiting for someone to come in, whoever this person is that's coming in for you here, or he's sort of like earmarked for you, they're busy working on their resources. They're 3D resources. Okay, so we have the Fool card coming in here. So I think the universe is saying here that there will be a leap of faith taken after the heartbreak is healed. And we do have the 7 of Wands. So we're being told not to give up here. You're being told to sort of hold fast, stand your ground. Something is coming to you here, something that's going to be really beautiful, but you're just not in the right place for it at the moment. But you will be asked to take a leap of faith after your healing has happened. So if you're in the process of healing at the moment, it is on its way. 7 of Cups coming through. Okay, this is what you're working on at the moment. Yep, your intuition. All right. So we're being asked to like make time, make room for increasing our spiritual awareness here. It's time for us to really understand the illusion of life and try to understand the greater purpose on the planet. And this is about releasing those things that have sort of kept you in place, without going into a deep dialogue on that. You know, most of us are sort of trapped within this idea that things have to be a certain way because we've been taught that's the way it has to be. And the universe is sort of asking you here to let go of these illusions and what you've been taught that doesn't apply anymore. So it's time to let go of these ideas, thoughts, ways of doing things, behaviors that no longer serve you. Because you're coming into a new time. So now's the time to really work on your inner resources, your intuition, your inner knowing. For some of you, you're getting upgrades here. You're getting huge upgrades from the universe. So you may be getting, you know, extra skills, or your skills may be being honed by the universe to move you in a new direction. So you're being prepared, as it were, to let go of the old and take the new. Okay. And what we have last is the Five of Wands. So there is a little bit of conflict here. So I might put a card on just to see what the conflict is. Okay, so we have a choice being made here, but there is love coming in for some of you. So it's not necessarily that someone's making a choice for you. It may be that someone is moving away from an old situation to move to something new. So this could be someone new coming in. Whatever it is for you, this is your destiny. This is your calling. This is where you're being led. Some sort of wish coming true. So maybe for some of you, it's about a particular person. For some of you, it may not be a particular person, but just the fact that you want love in your life. Because something is changing very quickly. So I think that especially people who've been doing the work on themselves, who've been raising their vibration, this relationship here is absolutely beautiful. It's a soulmate union. So with the Lovers card up the front and the Two of Cups, we've got a very strong, powerful union coming together here. So whether this is something that you've been wanting, if you're already in a relationship, sometimes this can talk about you bringing your relationship to the next level as well. So you may be moving from, you know, there may be a choice to move from just dating now to moving into something more substantial, something, you know, whether that's sort of long-term relationship, marriage, bringing together of two people. So you may be taking a relationship to the next level. Okay, so I just want to find out why the Five of Wands is here. Because the Five of Wands talks about conflict, and it talks about, you know, conflict with other people, which I sort of get to a certain point here, but it also talks about sort of mental conflict for yourself, like decision making, trying to make decisions, sitting on the fence, that type of thing. But there's definitely some sort of internal conflict going on here. Okay, Six of Pentacles coming out here. So I have the Six of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. Somebody doesn't feel stable, okay, and the Four of Swords. Somebody wants to make an offer, but they don't feel stable at the moment. Okay, so whoever you're dealing with here, or this could be yourself if you're not ready to have a relationship or not ready to move forward. It could be because you don't feel that you have enough to give at the moment. It's like you're trying to bring in your own stability here. We have two fours here. So this is building up your resources, building yourself up for the next phase. So for whoever this reading is for, whether you're in a relationship, whether you are waiting for a relationship, whether you're waiting for a relationship that you already know is on its way to you, there is a feeling here that parties are holding back at the moment. You may be working on your intuition. You may be working on furthering your own skills. And somebody's working in the 3D on improving their financial resources or their sort of resources, building up their resources, whether that's money, something on the physical plane. So we've got one person here who's working within the 3D and one person working within the 5D. And I guess at some stage or another that might have to turn around a little bit for the vibrations to come together. But there's definitely this feeling here. Both are working towards something in order to push this situation or relationship forward. All right, let's have a look at an oracle card. Actually, while I was doing the reading yesterday, I could hear my breathing because I've had this asthma and I've been on cortisone for a while. I sound like I've got this horror movie breathing going on at the moment. And I can hear myself as I'm doing it. So it's making me breathe much more deeply. And we have riding the cosmic wave here. And I just put that away after I put it down. Duh. So there you go, riding the cosmic wave. Wow, this is a long reading again this morning. Oh, well, I guess I've got to get the messages across. Okay, the oracle brings a message. There is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labour to manifest when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. You can let go and move further and reach further with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. And we've been getting that message so much lately about just letting go, not trying so hard, just allowing the universe to do this. And for some of us, it's really hard to get sort of past that logical feeling of driving things, but it does come with time. And when you first start to understand it will come in waves until you really get how to allow the universe to do the work for you. So the little poem here is absolutely beautiful, and it says, your spirit flies like the wind, warms like the sun and watches like the sky. How wise the earth waiting for the moment to be touched. Have a wonderful day.